The DNC has provided some limited concessions to Bernie Sanders when it comes to the upcoming convention, and one of those is allowing him to pick a number of members for what will draft the party platform. He has now made his picks public, the ones that will actually be on that committee, and he is not messing around. His appointees include racial justice activist and scholar Dr. Cornel West, 350.org co-founder and noted environmentalist Bill McKibben, Native American activist Deborah Parker, Progressive Caucus co-chair Representative Keith Ellison, and James Zogby, a pro-Palestinian scholar, as well as founder and president of the Arab American Institute.
This is a serious crew.
Yeah.
This is not a messing around crew, okay? Yes, they are the aggressive progressives. Yes, they're the chain gang, okay? They're bringing real change. You're going to put Cornel West into the middle of a committee where they're going to decide on what the party platform is.
Yeah.
Now, the rules are still, I don't want to say rigged, that's not the right word, okay? That she's going to have a lot more people on her side, as John's about to explain to you. But that's okay. Once I was on TV and they had me against 3 conservatives, I think, and they're like, oh, that's a little unfair. I'm like, don't sweat it. I got this, okay? So Cornel West against 10 establishment guys, he's got this, okay? I mean, that is a bold, bold pick, let alone Keith Ellison, let alone Bill McKibben. 2 out of the 5 of them have been arrested for civil disobedience recently.
Yeah.
Okay? So this is a great crew. See, this is why I got excited midway through the campaign for Bernie Sanders in the first place, because he listed a couple of people that might be on his cabinet, like Joseph Stiglitz. I was like, oh my God, the guy's won 2 Nobel Prizes. There's no reason why he shouldn't be on a cabinet. The only reason that Democrats, let alone Republicans, would never consider him is because he's an actual progressive.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, imagine Stiglitz as Treasury Secretary. Damn, right?
Yeah.
So now, in his own small way here, with the party platform, yes, we talk about it during the convention, and nobody ever brings it up after that. Yes, I've said many, many times it's not overly relevant. But when you bring these all-stars in, all of a sudden it got a little relevant.
A little bit.
And what are we doing here? Which direction is the party going? Are you going to continue to keep taking those donors, keep taking their money and going in that direction? Well, now we got 5 guys fighting back, saying now, for a change, we're actually going to represent real Americans.
Yeah, and people, by the way, who can publicize what actually goes on in those meetings, who will bring some attention to it, because I'm going to read some of the other names that Hillary have chosen, for instance, and I'm sure we're going to recognize some of them, but they're not exactly like with Cornel West, the sort of person that people who don't normally pay attention to that would necessarily come in for. But I'm really curious who he put on his original list that didn't make it on, because the final selections were made in consultation with the campaigns and the DNC from larger slates of 12 and 10 suggested by the campaigns. So these are the ones that the DNC was like, okay, fine, you can have those. God only knows who some of the others were. But in any event, party officials and the 2 Democratic candidates worked out a compromise for how many they would each get, based on the number of popular votes each has received to date. Under the agreement, frontrunner Hillary Clinton would be allotted 6 members and Sanders 5, which sounds pretty even, until you consider that Debbie Wasserman Schultz is going to name 4, and that might as well be Hillary Clinton. So she will have 10 to his 5, but it is likely at that point that she will have more popular votes, more pledged delegates. So I guess that makes sense.
So, yeah, let's be clear about a couple of things. Number one, Bernie Sanders doesn't get to have more people on the committee than Hillary Clinton if things end up as they are today, because she will have won more pledged delegates, and that's how life goes. And that's how a democracy goes. So the question is, where should be the balance to that? Should it be...
And he's getting more than you would have in previous cycles.
Right. Should it be 8-7 on a committee of 15 people, or should it be, in essence, 10-5 here? Now, of course, the Democrats will disingenuously say, no, it's 6-5. And the 4 from Debbie Wasserman Schultz are neutral.
She's a renegade. You don't know which direction she could go in. She could screw you from this angle. She could screw you from this angle. You don't know. You don't know.
She could take that donor's money or that donor's money. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure which way she's going to go.
She could be in support of Hillary or of Mrs. Clinton.
Right. In fact, we already know all their picks, and they're relatively establishment folks.
Yeah.
And so it is going to be 10-5. But like I said, with these 5, it could be 20-5, and I'll take that fight.
Yeah. Yeah, look, I looked over the list of names that she suggested. The only one that really jumped out to me was Neera Tanden, president of the Center for American Progress, because she was just involved in that the blogger conflict. I don't know if you've been following that. And so she had sent some emails that seemed a little bit tone deaf. And if you go back through her history, there are things like pressuring Obama to drop, I believe it was the the public option. At that time, she had advocated against that. And so a blogger actually called her out on some of this. And so, of course, he had to lose his job. But he's going to be okay. They raised a ton of money to support him. Then you've got some former representatives.
Let me make it clear, okay? And I like the Center for American Progress. I think they've done good work before. I've met with them before. John Podesta's is the one who created it. And by the way, running Hillary Clinton's campaign now, so this pick is not at all surprising.
Yeah.
But she is near totally pro-establishment. Yeah. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. Status quo, steady as we go. Okay. Yeah. That is not an open question.
Let's not be any harsher on her, though. We might lose our jobs at TYT.
One last thing about this. I want them to walk into the convention Reservoir Dog style. Okay. Like with the music in the background.
Yeah.
Dun-dun.
Code names.
Oh, my God.
We should give them code names.
That would be hilarious.
Or we'll let Trump give them code names because he's always very witty and clever.
I can see Bill McKibben
Crazy
now.
Keith.
Why am I Mr. Pink? I should be Mr. Green. It's obvious. I should be Mr. Green. Why am I Mr. Pink?